Hello everyone, welcome to my channel English with Visali. Today we will discuss about BCA third sem English novella Then Raman written by Shirley Arora. 10 marks question and answers. Previous video we discussed about 5 marks questions and 2 marks questions also. Now we will discuss about 10 marks question and answers, and each question and answers we are having key points also. So first question, describe Raman's journey on the way to the forest to fetch the orchids. Raman's journey to the forest in search of rare orchids was one of the most adventurous and memorable episodes in the story What Then Raman. It's not only showed his courage but also highlighted his determination to help his family and continue his education. When Raman was asked by the American lady to collect rare orchids and flowers, he saw it as an opportunity to earn money. This was important for him because his family was poor and he himself had been forced to leave school to help them. The task, however, because his family was poor and he himself had been forced to leave school to help them. The task, however, was not easy. He had to enter the dense and dangerous forest, which was full of wild animals and hidden dangers. Raman began his journey with both excitement and fear. The forest was filled with tall trees, thick bushes, and the constant sounds of birds and animals. The path was rough and uneven, but Raman moved forward bravely. He was careful to observe his surroundings as he knew there could be snakes, wild boars, or even the dreaded tiger. Yellow Eye. As he searched for orchids, he had to climb rocks, bend through bushes, and even wade through streams. The orchids grew in difficult places, often on high branches or steep rocks, which tested his patience and courage. But Raman did not give up. He remembered his responsibility towards his family and his dream of continuing education. The journey was not just physical but also emotional. In the silence of the forest, Raman thought about the heroes of the Ramayana and other stories he loved. He imagined himself being brave like them and overcoming challenges. This gave him the strength to continue even when he was tired. Finally, he managed to collect the rare orchids, and though he was exhausted, he felt proud of himself. The journey symbolized his determination, courage, and strong will to rise above poverty and difficulties. It also showed that education and values had given him the inner strength to face fear. In short, Raman's journey to fetch orchids was a test of bravery and responsibility. It highlighted his growth from a poor boy into someone with courage, maturity, and hope for the future. So, here we are having key points. Raman tasked by Merkin lady to collect orchids, dense forest with wild animals and dangerous, faced snakes, rough paths, fear of yellow-eyed tiger, climbed rocks, crossed streams to fetch flowers, remembered heroes from Ramayana for courage. Journey showed bravery, responsibility, and hope. Next question. Comment on the work done by Raman for the Merkin lady. The work done by Raman for the American lady plays a very important role in the story What Then Raman. It not only gave him money to support his family but also helped him realize the true meaning of knowledge and responsibility. The American lady, an American teacher and botanist, was studying Indian plants and flowers. She asked Raman to help her by collecting rare flowers, orchids, and herbs from the forest. For a poor boy like Raman, this was an opportunity to earn money honestly. His father had promised that if Raman could earn on his own, he would be allowed to continue schooling. So Raman accepted the work eagerly. Collecting flowers was not a simple task. Raman had to enter deep forest, climb dangerous rocks, and face the risk of wild animals. Despite these dangers, he worked with great dedication. He showed responsibility, patience, and courage in fulfilling his duty. The work gave him not only money but also confidence. Through this, through this job, Raman also came into contact with the American lady who was kind and encouraging. She listened to him carefully and once asked him the question, "And what then, Raman?" This question changed his way of thinking. Until then, Raman thought of education as a way to fulfill his personal dreams, like buying the illustrated Ramayana. By the lady's question made him realize that knowledge and hard work are meaningful only when used to help others. The work also made Raman admire the beauty of nature. By collecting flowers, he became more observant and respectful of the environment. The American lady's scientific approach and dedication inspired him to see the world in a new way. Most importantly, the money he earned through this work helped him support his family. It gave him dignity, independence, and the chance to continue his education in some form. Later, this experience inspired him to share his knowledge with other children. Thus, Raman's work for the American lady was not just a job, it was a turning point in his life, teaching him responsibility, courage, and the higher purpose of education. So, key points. Merkel lady asked Raman to collect rare flowers or orchids. Work was dangerous, deep forest, wild animals. Raman showed courage, patience, responsibility. Her question, "And what then, Raman?" changed his thinking. Realized knowledge must serve others, not just self. Work gave him income, dignity, and inspiration. Third question, comment on the climax of the story What Then Raman. The climax of What Then Raman is both touching and powerful because it reveals Raman's moral growth and maturity. It occurs when he finally has enough money to buy the book he always dreamed of, the illustrated Ramayana. From the beginning of the story, Raman's greatest dream was to own this book. For him, it represented not only his love for stories but also his hope for a brighter future. After working hard for the Meccan lady, collecting rare flowers and orchids in the forest, he was able to save his 6 rupees. This was exactly the amount he needed to buy the Ramayana when he went to the market. Ramayana was full of excitement. He felt proud that his hard work and determination had helped him achieve his goal. But just before buying the book, he noticed something that changed everything. He saw his younger sister's foot sticking out from under a torn blanket. She was shivering in the cold. In that moment, Raman faced a great moral test. He had to choose between his personal dream and his family's immediate need. After a moment of struggle, he decided to sacrifice his dream. Instead of buying the book, he bought a warm blanket for his sister. This sacrifice forms the climax of the story. It is both heartbreaking and inspiring. Raman gave up something he longed for deeply, but in doing so, he proved his maturity and love for his family. He realized that greatness does not lie in personal success, but in serving and protecting others. The climax also ties back to the American lady's question, "And what then, Raman?" Raman found the answer. Education and ambition are valuable only if they are used for the welfare of others. His choice showed that he had grown from a dreamer into a responsible, selfless young leader. Thus, the climax of the story highlights sacrifice, love, and the real meaning of education. It leaves a lasting impression on the reader about choosing duty and compassion over selfish desires. Here we are having key points. Raman saved 6 rupees to buy illustrated Ramayana, went to market with pride and excitement, saw sisters shivering under torn blanket, sacrificed dream, bought blanket instead of book, proved maturity, selflessness, love for family. Answered the question, true education is for others. So last question. Write about the role of Raman's parents in inculcating virtues in him. Raman's parents played an important role in shaping his character and values in the story What Then Raman. Though they were poor, they provided him with strong moral guidance which made him mature and responsible beyond his age. His father was a simple woodcutter. Life was difficult and he often struggled to provide for the family. And he valued education and wanted Raman to study. When Raman's uncle argued that schooling was useless for the poor, his father defended the importance of learning. He promised Raman that if he could earn money, he would be allowed to continue his studies. Through this, he taught Raman the value of hard work, responsibility, and self reliance. His father's attitude showed that even in poverty, one must dream and strive for a better life. Raman's mother also influenced him greatly. She worked hard, growing vegetables and herbs to support the family. She taught Raman the importance of sacrifice, patience, and caring for others. Her quiet strength and dedication made Raman realize that love and duty towards family are more important than selfish desires. The teachers of his parents were reflected in Raman's actions when he responsibility learned from his parents sorry, when he sacrificed the illustrated Ramayana to buy a blanket for his sister. It was the values of sacrifice and responsibility learned from his parents that guided him. His parents' struggles taught him to be strong, and their encouragement made him realize the importance of education. Thus, Raman's parents may not have been rich, but they gave him the wealth of values. Honesty, sacrifice, courage, and love. These virtues shaped his character and made him a true leader in his village. So, here key points. Father supported education despite poverty, promised schooling if Raman earned money himself. Father taught hard work, responsibility, and self reliance. Mother, hardworking, taught sacrifice and patience. Parents' values reflected in Raman's actions gave him wealth of virtues despite poverty. Thank you. If you watch this video, like, share, and subscribe.